If you avoid these common mistakes during your mortgage process, then you're looking at a smooth sailing to closing on the home and getting your keys with the least amount of issues and least amount of trouble. Listen on, I'll dive in. Hey there, I'm Ella Gurfinkel, Senior Loan Officer with Fairway Independent Mortgage, and I run Team Ella. And over my now 27 years in the mortgage industry, I can pretty much, with confidence, say that I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I think I've pretty much seen all of the possible mistakes that humans make when going through the mortgage process. Of course, that will take a book to describe all of it, because some situations were quite comical. But today we're just going to focus on the main few that will save you a lot of heartache, a lot of stress, and a lot of trouble, not just for you, but for your mortgage professional and for your realtor. Some of those mistakes may cause you not just extra costs in terms of lock extensions, in terms of paying extension fees or releasing part of your earnest money to the seller, but some of those mistakes may actually cause you the entire home purchase that may fail. So here is what you don't want to do when you're buying a home. Number one, you don't want to be changing jobs in the middle of your home purchase. I would say this is probably the biggest issue that will derail a transaction. You may be thinking that you're perfectly fine. I'm getting the same job. I'm in the same line of work. I'm doing the same thing. Well, yes and no. Let me tell you a story. We actually had a sale fail, unfortunately, about 2 years ago because a client changed jobs smack in the middle of buying a home. But what she did was she went from a full-time job to a part-time job, retained part-time status at the original job, and acquired another part-time job. In her mind, she was still working full-time. She was still doing 40 hours a week. In the lender speak, in the lender and mortgage world, unfortunately, 2 jobs at 40 hours a week do not equal 1 full-time job. That was a deal killer right there. If you are even considering changing jobs in the middle of your mortgage deal or in the middle of your home purchase deal, please talk to the mortgage professional you're working with and discuss that with them before you make the switch, because again, you may lose the home of your dreams right there just based on that. So that's number one. Number two, probably another most common mistake I see people make all of the freaking time is underestimating how much money they need to bring to close. And as a result, we come up on the closing date or close to it and realize that we're short of funds. That again may possibly not just derail the deal, but may cost you loss of the home that you fought for so hard. So think about that, discuss the numbers, ask the questions of your mortgage professional, and if you even think that you may be short of funds to close, address it early enough in the process so we can make adjustments. A lot of times, those can happen. A lot of times we can restructure the loan so that you don't need as much money to close. So talk to us. As one of my clients says, I'm basically his priest or his medical professional. He tells me everything so we can figure out how to solve the problems. And that's actually mistake number 3, not telling your mortgage professional about all of the skeletons in the closet, about the potential pitfalls, thinking, oh, they will never find out about it. Guess what? Wrong. We pull your credit report. It comes with a judgment search. We may know things about you just from those 2 items that you may not remember or maybe not thinking of or maybe forgot. I don't blame you. I'm not pointing fingers. But hey, there is stuff that comes up that we need to know about early on, again, so we know how to address. So not telling the full truth, nothing but the truth, or trying to hide some material facts, that will kill your deal right there and then, or complicate it to hell and back. And you will not have a smooth sailing to closing. Yet another mistake, not following your mortgage professional's advice, suggestions, and as I call it, the yellow brick road. When we tell you that there is a specific way that things need to be done, for example, let's talk about the gift funds. If you're getting gifts from family and you're doing an FHA loan, we have to document where those funds from the donor came from, meaning does the donor have the money to begin with to give to you? If you're not following all of the steps, again, stress, delays, extra costs, possible sale fail. And frankly, that one has happened way too many times where The instructions simply weren't followed, so we had to regroup, restructure at the last minute, causing delays, and of course, guess who gets blamed? Yours truly, or the mortgage professional you work with. Those are the mistakes to avoid. If I think of more, I'll show them to you on the next video. If you've made one of those, please comment below. Let me know if you actually are the subject of my stories. Would love to hear back from you. Thank you. See you on the next vid.